wonder why. Those are 3 words I want to offer to you as we read Deuteronomy chapter 23 today. This is one of those chapters that is easy to either just breeze through and not think about or get stuck in because some of them seem bizarre or counterintuitive. I wonder why. So as you read these, I would encourage you to go slowly and pick one that's puzzling to you and ask yourself the question, I wonder why. For example, we get the chance to practice this right out of the gate with Deuteronomy 23:1. No one who has been emasculated by crushing or cutting may enter the assembly of the Lord. I wonder why. Now, I'm not going to spend time on this video on the internet thinking out loud about why that might be, but I want to trust that there's a good reason for that based on what the Israelites knew at the time and what God wanted for them at the time. Now, the first 8 verses are lists of who can be included or excluded from temple worship at the time, based on who was for Israel, who was against Israel, who was clean, who was unclean. The laws about cleanness and uncleanness, when I sit and think, I wonder why. Well, think about who these were. These were nomads dwelling out in tents, often going off to war, as in verses 9 through 14. This was before modern sanitation. These laws are about keeping them safe from bacteria, from germs, from substances they consider to be unclean or potentially harmful. So these laws are still for their good, to protect and preserve the nation of Israel, which is being incubated and put on mission for God in the world. But what is comforting to me, especially in the first chunk about exclusion from assembly, is that when we read the New Testament, part of why Jesus gets in trouble is because he's often bringing people in who had been excluded from worship, people who had been injured or lame. And then beyond that, when you look at the Apostle Paul's witness to the early church, he is crossing those lines about who's in, who's out, thinking about what you eat making you clean or unclean. And he is constantly going across that line to bring people in, which reminds us that the laws in Deuteronomy are not a one-to-one correspondence. These are not God's prescriptions for us today. They were God's purposes for Israel in a very particular season of their life. And then we look at Jesus to figure out how to make sense of those laws today. I wonder why. That's my gift to you today. Maybe not any particular mind-blowing insight, but it's a tool that helps me as I come up against passages in the Bible that quite honestly, I just don't like very much. And Deuteronomy chapter 23 is one of those chapters. So slow down, use this question, I wonder why, and play with the text a little bit. Now, we'd love to hear from you what you wondered and what you discover as a result of your wondering. So comment in the section below or send us an email. Have a great day.